Hello friends, in this video we shall discuss about RBI notification on customer liability which came some weeks ago, and we will also discuss about the features of new 200 rupee note which was released by RBI some months ago. Now there has been a notification by RBI with respect to customer liability in banking. The background is that nowadays a lot of theft is occurring through ATMs or through online accounts. So RBI has come out with a notification where it is clearly classified that in what situation who will be responsible and for what amount. So let's see what are those various situations. Now, as per notification by RBI, there are three scenarios where theft occurs. One is that theft has occurred due to the negligence of the customer. The second is that the theft has occurred due to the negligence of the bank. The bank here is the same bank in which the customer has an account. And the third one is that the theft has occurred due to some third party. It can be another bank also, or it can be another third party also. The first case in which the theft has occurred due to the negligence of the customer, bank would be liable to pay nothing to the customer. The example of a case where theft has occurred due to the negligence of the customer would be that customer has shared his password with a friend who has done the theft. So logically in this case, bank should not be held responsible, and as per RBI notification, bank will pay nothing to the customer. Now let's discuss the second case where theft has occurred due to the negligence of the bank. In this case, bank has to pay all the money back to the customer irrespective of the time after which the customer reports the theft. So suppose if the theft occurs on 1st of January but the customer reports the theft on 30th of March, then in such a case, if the theft has occurred due to the negligence of the bank has to return all the money back to the customer irrespective of that customer has reported the theft after 3 months. And that is logical also, because if theft has occurred due to the fault of the bank, customer should be paid back the money. An example of negligence of the bank would be a case where bank ATM was not working properly and anybody with any ATM card and not even with a proper password could withdraw money from another's bank account would be a fault of a bank. Now let's discuss a third case where the theft has occurred due to the shrewdness of the third party or the involvement of the third party. In such a case, it is neither the fault of the customer or not the negligence of the bank, but it is the third party who has done the theft or who is responsible for that theft. In this case, it becomes important that when the theft is reported by the customer. If the theft is reported within first 3 days of it being done, then the whole money would be returned by the bank to the customer. But if the customer reports the theft from 4 to 7 days, then customer has to bear 25,000 per transaction which has been stolen, and apart from that 25,000 the money would be returned by the bank to the customer. So suppose during a theft a person goes and buys a TV worth rupees 50,000. Customer reports that theft after 5 days, then it would come under this condition. Now under this condition, first 25,000 per transaction has to be borne by the customer. So the transaction in which the thief bought a TV was worth rupees 50,000. So the first 25,000 will be borne by the customer, that is customer would have to bear that loss. But yes, the remaining 50,000 minus 25,000, that is 25,000, would be returned by the bank to the customer. And if the theft is reported after 7 days, then in such a case it is upon the bank's discretion whether to return the money or not. And even if bank is returning the money, how much to return would depend upon the bank's discretion. But that bank's discretion would have to be included in the board's policy, which has to be approved by the board. So obviously it will not differentiate on case to case basis, but it would be done according to the bank's policy, which should be approved by the board. So the example where theft has occurred due to the third party would be a case where money was withdrawn from a ATM of another bank and the ATM of another bank was faulty. So in such a case, the bank which has actual bank account is not at fault, but the ATM of another third party bank is at fault. So that is a fault of a third party. So in such a case, these conditions will apply. Another important development is that RBI has come up with a note of 200 which is kind of yellow in color. The front of the note has portrait of Mahatma Gandhi. This also has a Ashoka pillar emblem on the right hand side. It also has numerals increasing in size. Here you can see 0000 increasing in size, and here also. At the back of the note there are two important observations. First is that there is a motif of Sanchi Stupa, and there is also a Swachh Bharat logo at the back of the note. Well guys, thank you for watching this video. The intention of this short video was to provide you relevant information for the exam, and these type of questions on RBI simple notifications like customer liability and new features in rupee 200 note can be asked, or I think will be asked in phase 1 for sure, but they can come in phase 2 also. Thank you. Bye.